Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit and my intuition and the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, beautiful viewers. If you are returning, welcome. I am so blessed, so grateful for you coming back to my channel. If you are new, you are all very welcome and safe in this space here with me today. We are looking at the person on your mind and what have they realized about you or the connection with you. Now, please keep in mind that I read energy predominantly. So if this sounds more like your energy, then it could be that your person is elsewhere. All right, we'll do a quick energy check. And sometimes I tap into your person at the energy check and then you'll be in the back end and vice versa. So you could just crisscross energies. Whatever you're coming in with is how I'm reading the energy. And sometimes your person could have the predominant energy around you, which is why I'm tapping into that specifically at the beginning, or just your own energy. So take a look at these 4 options to choose from. And if you don't resonate with the first bit being you or your person's energy or your connection, then chances are you're at the wrong pile. All right. So option 1, we have the Black Tarot. And the, I don't know why this is not coming to me. I have no idea what this stone is. I totally just blanked out. Yeah, the white stone here. I'm sorry, howlite. Sorry, yes, howlite. Interesting how the howlite is matching the cover here. I don't know why I totally just blanked out. We have the Grimalkin's Curious Cats Tarot, and we have the Lepidolite Pointed Tower for option 2. Option 3, we have the Vice Versa Tarot making its first debut here, and the Pink Opalite Pointed Tower. And we have the Shungite Wand and the Final Rose Tarot for option number 4. All right, so feel free to pause if you need more time to select whichever pile. But like I said, we will be doing an energy check. And if you're in the wrong pile, you can just go and select another pile. All right. So I will put the timestamp in the description box and in the pinned comment below. This could be the connection you came here about, or it could be a different connection coming to talk to you. So if it sounds familiar, it is the message you're needing to hear. Do not make anything fit. This is collective, meaning there are many people here in which the message might be for, and it might not be for you. So don't make it fit. All right, I will see you at your pick. Hello, my gorgeous pile 1. You picked the Howlite Pointed Tower and the Black Tarot, making its debut here as well. Mind you, I just finished a reading today with these cards on my channel that I will post at the same time. So technically not really the debut, but debut enough, all right, for an actual reading here that we're using predominantly the tarot. So I'm going to look at your energy first, or the energy of the connection, so that you know indeed this is your pile. So I might be tapping into your person. If that's the case, then the back end of this reading is going to be what you've realized. And if that's the case, just crisscross the energies. And this could be your person's energy coming in right now. But there could be another pile with your person's predominant feelings. If you were drawn to another pile, you can go check that out. So we're asking about pile number 1 and this connection specifically, and what their person has realized about them and the connection. How will pile 1 know that this is indeed their reading? How are they feeling in this connection energetically? How will they know this is their pile spirit? Thank you so much. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. And thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I am truly blessed. Thank you so much. All right, so your energy, or the energy of the connection, so you know whether this is your pile. We have the 3 of Wands, and it was coming in reverse, so I'm going to read them as they come out. Hard for me to make out the words. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the Magician. That's Virgo and Gemini energy. We have the 9 of Pentacles, which is the 9 of Spears in this deck. We have the Lovers, more Gemini energy. And we have the Empress, beautiful Taurus energy, divine feminine. And we have the Nine of Cups. I don't read bottom of the deck in reverse, so we flip that, Nine of Cups. And let us pull some oracles. We have the Stars. We have 2 cards coming out. We have Grounding. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. And slow down. Life isn't a race, nor is it a competition. You need to slow down. Doing so doesn't make you weak or less than. It makes you strong, wise, and much better to be able to navigate life with clarity and ease. We'll pull one of these as well. We have the River, 34. Could be significant, or the number 7. All right, so I think we have enough here to do the energy check for you guys. Beautiful pile number 1. So what's happened here? I feel like something didn't move forward, something didn't progress, didn't expand, and I feel like it could certainly be because whatever energy you're resonating here with, could be you or your person, I'm not sure because it's not very clear, but somebody here did not choose this connection, and they chose to have their independence, their singlehood, and they were not allowing this connection to happen. And I think this person could have been quite secretive, maybe wanting kind of what they wanted and withholding energy here from allowing things to progress. They just did not choose this connection, and things did not manifest past whatever stage. So it could have been stuck for quite some time. This could be your energy, but I'm not here to determine if it's you or not. I just know that there is an energy here that did not allow things to progress, did not choose this connection. And by not choosing the connection is a choice. It's not choosing to expand, to move forward, to allow things to progress. So I feel like there is love here. And I feel like you feel that this is some very special type love, divine type love with the Lovers and the Empress here. And maybe it's something you have not been able to experience up until now. I do feel like you felt happy. So I do feel like your energy is the person here that did not decide or choose this connection. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to read it this way because this is the only way I'm able to communicate what I'm feeling. So you didn't decide, and it could have been out of a desire to want to remain free or independent and single. But I feel like this was a selfish sort of energy because I feel like you weren't being completely truthful, and maybe you feel like you communicated what you needed to communicate, but by omitting some sort of truth, we're still not being honest. So I feel like, I don't know, there's something about seeing a long-term potential, a desire here. But I also feel as though you could have been scared of the unknown, and you might have felt like things might have been moving fast. You needed control. You weren't sure where things were headed. You didn't want to lose control. And you're wanting to just be in control of your own life, your own freedom, your own direction. And so you might have felt like by choosing this connection, you would have to give up something of yourself. And maybe it was just really intense, and maybe it just felt like something, I don't know, like that you could partake in, but not have to be present in, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like you were removed and held back. And you might feel right now like you have a choice to make. I feel like you see this person as somebody who is the mother of your child. You could certainly have a child with this person, or envision this, or had an idea of this, or a discussion, or this being somebody that you would see a long-term future family established thing with, not just like a fling. But I feel like there's an energy here of you needing to deal with certain skeletons in your own closet, your own shadows that were preventing you. And it could be clinging to an independence here. Horse is talking about freedom, independence, needing the control and the power here in some way, and feeling like if you were to surrender or choose this connection, you would be giving up some of that freedom and independence. But I also feel like there is a misconception here of what freedom and independence is. So I feel like you are kind of lying to yourself in a way of understanding you having control by not allowing yourself to expand in this connection and move forward and see where this would go. Somehow you're telling yourself in some sort of sabotage way that this is a way for you to be in control and to have independence. And so you could have just felt or tell yourself that this is moving too quickly, or it's too serious, or it's too this or too that. And whatever you manifested here, I feel resulted in things not moving forward. But I do feel like you were very content and happy, or at least had an idea of being completely fulfilled. But I feel like it was fulfilling to you, and I don't feel like you were being honest with the other person, which might have led to you not then being happy with the consequences and having to face whatever consequences happened from your own behaviors of not addressing a truth. I feel like you were omitting truths. And I feel the reason being, I don't think you were trying to hurt this person, but I feel like you were omitting truths because the truth as you know it is coming from a shadow place of self, of identifying with a freedom and an independence that comes with being single. But I feel like it isn't true independence and freedom, because you're pushing away the very thing that I feel is going to bring you your own authentic freedom and liberation, which is allowing love to happen, allowing the universe to bring forward things that you should experience without having to control where it goes or how it goes or how your involvement is here. Because sometimes the universe wants you to allow yourself to surrender to an experience, whether it be something that doesn't work out or does. The experience is the thing that allows us to grow as an individual. And I feel like it is time for growth. 9 of Swords in reverse. So this is a lot of anxiety. This is a lot of sleepless nights. This is a lot being stuck in our own head, and a mental prison that keeps us stuck in our mind. And our mind could be filling us with thoughts that are untrue. And so we're unable to act. The 9 of Swords in reverse could be coming out of that sort of state. But I don't feel it's coming out of that state. I feel like you got more into this state because something didn't go quite how you had wanted. And it could very well be that this connection just started going, it just fell apart, just didn't move forward. And so now you're having to deal with the consequences of such thing, because I do feel like you saw a future or had a hope or a potential here of something greater. Now I am feeling temperance here with the slowdown and this card of the 16. Even though 16 I think is the star, but I'm feeling temperance. Yes, because 16 is 7, which is Chariot, which is a need to balance the dark and the light, which could be the temperance. So I am feeling, again, everything connected. You have a shadow side here, something you're needing to deal with. It's your shadow side, and it's your understanding of what independence is and freedom, and how you're connecting being single and pushing away something here And I'm not saying that everyone needs to be in a connection. Certainly if they're not wanting to be, then that's fine. But I feel like this is something you want. And that you haven't healed whatever thing is going on here. And so your misconception of an identifying with a freedom independence is actually not right. And it's causing the anxiety, and it's causing you to self-sabotage. So until you can identify that and come to terms with what is authentically meant for you, and then you can make free will decision to be or not to be in a connection. But you haven't experienced this because you're pushing away the very thing here out of, well, every sort of shadow thing comes from a place of fear. 5 of Spheres. This is, yeah, out in the cold, feeling left out. So you might feel abandoned, or maybe there was a fear of abandonment. I feel you feel abandoned now, but I think you're dealing with the consequences of your manifestation. You manifested some untruth here by not aligning with what you intuitively deep down knew to be true. And so you acted out of a place of fear, subconscious energies that were manifesting itself by not allowing you to choose or progress or let love in or show love or express a truth. Okay, so you might not say this is your energy because this is from a very dark, shadowy place. But if you can resonate with the manifesting of not choosing because you wanted an independence and a freedom, and you felt a strong love here for someone that didn't go anywhere, and it resulted in you now being out in the cold, then this is your pile. If this sounds more like your person, something about them choosing their independence by not choosing this connection, but also understanding intuitively that there was something magical here. This person needed to control something here, okay? So if this sounds like energy in your connection, then we're going to get into what this person has realized about you or the connection. Don't know what we're going to see. Could be a mixture. Could be one or the other. Could be just about themselves, period. So whatever this realization is, that is the biggest realization, I guess, is what we're going to ask, is what has this person for pile 1 realized? What has pile 1's person realized about pile 1 and or this connection? What have they realized? Thank you, Spirit, for this clear and concise message. We have the King of Swords in reverse. That's Gemini energy, Libra, and Aquarius. It is in reverse. I don't know if I mentioned that. We have the 9 of Pentacles coming out again. Yeah, the whole thing was hovering around this 9 of Pentacles independence thing. Okay, Judgment. This to me feels like the same energy I was tapped into. So I could just be tapping into your person overall, because this does feel like the energy check-in. 7 of Cups in reverse. 4 of Pentacles in reverse. The 9 of Swords in reverse revealing itself again. And the Queen of Cups. Okay, we saw the Empress. Now we're seeing the Queen of Cups. And we have the 7 of Wands. Queen of Cups is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Let's pull some oracles. Pile number 1's person, what have they realized? Fish, number 34, or the number 7. We have Anima Mundi. So 75, 76, 78. Sorry, sometimes hard to read those Roman numeral numbers. 78. I have 2 more coming out again with these cards. We have Allow. You're being asked to open your energy field and take down your walls of protection in order to allow goodness into your life. Sometimes without even realizing it, we block ourselves from the flow of life. It's safe to open yourself back up. And the grounding card again. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside, plant your feet on the ground, and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. This is this 9 of Swords. by being too much in your head. I feel like I am reading the same energy check, so it could very well be your person, or maybe it is your own energy. But I feel like both the energies came through for both these. I got the Messenger and the Resolute coming out. Let me move this over so we can fit. So the Messenger, number 38, number 11, says, make sure that what is being said is what is being heard. That is that Seven of Swords. The same words and messages can often mean different things to different people. Yes, the Messenger. Okay, I'll leave it like that. I'll leave it like this because I do want to read it. The Resolute, number 17. Sorry, I'll show you what these look like in case you're wanting to energetically pick up whatever you pick up. Number 17 or the number 8. If you do not resolve to be patient and endure tough times, success may appear to you to always be in the future or in another's power. Okay. Pile 1, I think this is the same person I was reading in the energy check. Let me just tap into this a little bit more. Okay, and I kind of read this in two ways-ish. If you are the person who resonates with that energy check, what has your person realized? They see through all of that. They can see that. And they're now defending themselves against whatever this is. I feel like your person does love you, but they see that about you. Okay, now, but the second piece is me reading your energy again with the energy check. So some insight here is you have a need to control something and keep pace of something. It is an illusion, but you feel like you understand something, and I think you're in your head. Okay, and you're in your head about this connection, and you feel like it's moving fast and everything all at once. And so I feel like there is this connection that you're not being honest about here because you're in your head about how it's going to happen, and seeing something about your own freedom and independence that will be impacted in some way, that you will need to put an end to a whole bunch of things. And you may be telling yourself that you're not ready to let go of a whole bunch of things here. But what Spirit is saying is the things you're hanging on to are all things that you're hanging on to out of a fear. There is a need to let go. Because if we're finding it more important to hang on to a sense of control, then we can't really find the happiness. And I mean, the only real major thing that I see here with this Judgment is all about this reading, which is the realization. Judgment is all about that. It's what have we realized. And so we're having to sit with the karma of our consequence. And I think what you're sitting with here, this realization, is that, okay, you have an idea of an independence and you're sitting with some sort of perceived independence or freedom of being, independent, single. And so how does that feel? Does it feel good? No, it does not feeling good at all. In fact, I think the love that you had in your life with this Queen of Cups is not around. And I feel like it is this Queen of Cups who loves the deepest. This is one of the queens who loves the deepest. This is the most love I can pull from the tarot here, aside from the Empress. Someone who expresses love, shows love, gives love, compassionate, empathetic. Very, very deep, loving, intuitive, kind. I feel like this person is on the defensive. And I feel like this person feels they need to protect themselves from you. And I feel like this person feels they were played by you with all of these checkers here. And they fell into whatever this trap was. But I feel like this person is waking up to you not being authentic. And they see you as someone who is lying to yourself, who is not clear about what they want, who is in a big confusion, unable to let go of their comfort zone or this independence of this belief, who is preventing potential in their own life, abundance and wealth and all great things here that could come out of the potential of this connection, because out of a need to control and a perceived independence, a perceived freedom. Because by choosing this connection, it'd be like everything at once that you are unable to sort of control. So there's a need to come out of your own mind and allow things to flow and be accepting and allow love in, rather than fighting against. And so you might be acting out of fearing the worst, thinking about the future and saying, well, I will no longer be able to do XYZ, or I will lose some sort of independence here. But you're thinking about something too much of what it could be, but you haven't experienced it. And whatever you communicated in this connection, this person, your person, sees it as a 7 of Swords. You weren't being honest. Make sure that what is being said is what is being heard. The same words and messages can often mean 2 different things to 2 different people, or 2 different people. So you could be engaging in one way or expressing something, energetically showing another thing here, and it's not lining up. There's 2 things that aren't really lining up. So I feel like this person had to make up their own idea of what the truth is, because they feel like you're in some sort of illusion or not understanding. Yeah. King of Pentacles. So you're unable to commit. You're unable to provide stability. You're unable to show a level of dedication here and be reliable. And I feel like your person here is understanding that this is something that is very important, that they will fight for, a level of commitment and stability. And this is where I feel your person is wanting to show their love and pour their emotions towards. But if you're a King of Swords in the reverse, this is someone cold. This is someone who is more self-serving. This is someone who isn't being honest. This is someone who is being illogical, acting out of shadow. And here we have the Page of Cups. This is opening your heart space. This is the beginning of allowing love in. This is also apologies. I feel like your person feels like you do owe them an apology, because I do feel like your person feels like they fell for something you said, or something you did, or you lied by omission by not saying something or making something clear. And so this led to the downfall, you know, and they do feel like it could certainly be your fault, that you owe them an apology, and that you were needing to open your heart space in order for there to be a level of stability that never really came. So yeah, what your person realizes, they're seeing you. I guess they're realizing that you're more in this cold energy and acting out of a place of needing control. And they've realized, I guess, where they need to put in their sort of emotions that are going to result in something, what they need to fight for here and stand their ground, and that they are in a position to get what they want, which is more stability and more commitment and more long-term vision, and not be out in the cold, not be in confusion, not be in a situation where somebody is unable to let go or move forward or holds them back in some way. And I think you're seeing this as well, because I feel like you're now having to see the consequences of your own action. All right, pile number 1. This is your reading. If this resonated, let me know. I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful. Pile number 2, you picked the Grimalkin's Curious Cats Tarot and the Lepidolite Pointed Tower, making its debut. I cannot wait to use these cards. All right, let's look at what does your person realize? So the connection you came here about, what is your person, what have they realized about you, about this connection? Now, before we get into your person, we're going to do a quick energy check, and this is really just seeing if this pile resonates for you. So it could certainly be how you're feeling coming through here, or it could be your person's energy. And if that's the case, then your energy comes through on the back end, which is what you've realized. So you might have to crisscross the energies. I don't know how it's going to come out. Sometimes we feel multiple energies. We'll see how it comes out. But I am asking Spirit for a clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2, for what their person has realized in this connection. But first, let us get, how is pile 2 going to know that this is indeed their connection? How will pile number 2 know that this is their connection? How are they feeling? Quick energy check for pile 2 and their person. Wow, okay. This is a lot, but we will read it like this. Okay. So we have the Ace of Wands. It's beautiful, and I want to show you how beautiful these cards are. Ace of Wands. Wowzers. 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. King of Pentacles in the reverse. The Sun in the reverse. The High Priestess in the reverse. The Chariot in the reverse. I did shuffle these quite good, so, but we do have a lot of reversals here. The Star in the reverse, and the Queen of Cups in the reverse, and we have the 9 of Swords in the reverse. And I will, now we don't really necessarily get too hung up on reversals here. 2 of Cups. I don't read bottom of the deck in reverse. Okay, so I'm more going to be reading energy here than I am so much the reversals. But I do feel like there is something stuck here, okay? I mean, if nothing was stuck, then you probably wouldn't be watching this reading so much. But something is stuck. 2 of Cups, this is love. So I do feel like there is love between both parties, okay? But I feel like you want things to move forward, or there's at least a desire here. There's still an attraction for your person. But I feel like there was something unknown with the High Priestess in reverse as to maybe the severity of why things got so stuck and didn't pan out the way you had wanted. And I do see that you see your person as somebody who could bring you a lot of love and happiness, and might have at one point been very loving, compassionate, caring. Beautiful Queen of Cups energy. This is full of love, expressing oneself, showing love, being very compassionate. The Sun is the most positive card in the tarot. When I pull the Sun, it waters down anything that is negative, and it enhances any sort of positivity. And this is right by the Queen of Cups. So I feel like this person brings you a lot of happiness and joy and contentment, but there's things uncertain right now. And I feel like this joy has been removed. This love has been removed. And I feel like it's causing anxiety for you with the 9 of Swords. This is being in her head, being stuck. This is sometimes the dark night of the soul, being really stuck in some sort of mental prison of our own thoughts. And I feel like we're in our mind about the connection. We're in our mind about why it's stuck. I feel like you had a hope But I feel you're losing hope here of things progressing in this connection. I feel like this connection has been healing for you and potentially for your person. I think you're also recognizing a lot of yourself that you might have not have realized before meeting this person. Sort of aspects about yourself that is hidden, that I think is difficult at times to accept because it is coming from your shadow self. Things that maybe you've been ignoring or not wanting to see about yourself. And a big part of it could be having to balance yourself as an individual. How do you move forward in life and balance things out if you have a lot of skeletons? And when I say skeletons, it's like things that are restricting you from moving forward. Fears, ways of being that you might have identified with that are now restricting movement. And you might have felt like in order to engage in this connection, you would have to lose some sort of control or put yourself out in a vulnerable way. And maybe it was your sort of doing here, inability to commit, inability to provide some sort of idea of what the future held here when it came to the stability of this connection or your long-term vision. You weren't able to give a long-term commitment, a long-term vision, what you really planned for yourself in this connection, what this connection could have meant in the future. I feel like you were unable to let go of something in your past, and it could have very well been your comfort zone. But I feel like for some of you guys, it was an experience where you suffered pain, maybe a situation that broke your heart or that didn't go very well in the past, and you remember this. And so it creeps in there and doesn't let you move forward. And it creates the shadow, and it creates the part of you that isn't allowing you to explore or move forward because you cannot seem to find a way to overcome this obstacle in order to just surrender and let go and allow yourself to enjoy this connection. You've been tormented by pains of the past and parts and aspects of yourself that did not allow this connection to move forward. I feel like you do have a desire, though, to move forward, or if you had a choice, you would want to. I think you have a lot of distractions around you, too. Maybe a lot of people who aren't allowing you to see a truth. Maybe there's people here who are supporting a vision or an understanding of an identity that you have that are getting in the way of this connection, but it's a hindrance. It could be family members or friends. I feel like there's a thing that has happened in the past, and it could go deep down to even your childhood experience. So maybe come from a broken home here that now has painted a picture about what connection means. But I feel like there's an emphasis around stability and long-term that I feel like needed to be solidified in some way that did not. And either you don't know how to be this, or you weren't, I don't know, like if you're wanting this, maybe you felt like this person wasn't giving this to you. So things are stuck. And I do feel like you wanted to find a balance, give and take between you and your person because of the love. But I feel like somebody really needed to transform themselves. And maybe this was you. And in order to transform self, it's going to take a lot of work and looking at our shadows and being honest. And I feel like it has to do with our experience where we felt loss, where we felt heartache. Because I feel like you experienced heartache in some capacity in your past that now is restricting you, or maybe you lost all hope of being someone here who could be confident, dependable, reliable. There's beautiful sunflowers here. And then we have the cherry blossoms, a bunch of pink flowers, roses. Yeah, so Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Lots of energy here coming through astrologically. Could be in your birth chart or your person's. I think you showed up in a way that wasn't reflective of who you are. I feel like you are a King of Pentacles. I feel like you are somebody who sees stability and monogamy and a long-term thing as valuable, because I think you are traditional, you're well-rooted. I think you see family here as something that is of value. But for whatever reason, you would need to transform something about yourself. I feel like you're not quite there. And I don't really understand why, aside from just seeing an experience you had. So I think you showed up in a way that might have been opposite. You might have been combative. You might have been immature. You might have pushed this person away. You might have said things that were hurtful. You might have let other people get in the way. You might have let other distractions get in the way. There was a need to find peace here by being honest. Maybe you weren't able to be honest, to find a truth, to find peace in a situation. The moon in reverse. Pisces energy. This is seeing something in a different way that's not the truth. Because the moon's all about illusions. But the fact that we have the Hierophant, the High Priestess in reverse here, this is also not seeing something. But both of these are the subconscious. So there's something about you you're not seeing. Pile number 2, you're not seeing with truth and clarity. You need to start asking yourself honest questions. And maybe you're letting other people, conditioning what other people have told you about yourself, or maybe what you've told yourself to be a truth. And that's how you showed up. And it's impacting your coming together with the person I feel loves you and that I feel you love. Temperance in reverse. Yeah, an imbalance. Both the healing card, a need to heal an aspect of ourselves in order for there to be abundance. I feel like you are not truthful right now with something, or not seeing something. Not seeing. You're not seeing something clearly about why you cannot commit, about why you can't be giving of yourself in sort of a long-term vision. And again, not everybody needs to be in a long-term monogamous committed relationship if it's not for them. But I feel like there's an energy here of you wanting something long-term, but lying to self or seeing something as it isn't. So if this feels like your energy, again, could certainly be your person. We're going to look at what the flip person has realized about you and this connection. Pile number 2. All right, so Spirit, thank you so much for that message. Can we look at pile number 2's person and what have they realized about pile number 2 and this connection? What have they realized? Clear and concise message for pile number 2. Thank you so much. To cut the deck. We have Judgment in reverse. We have Unity in reverse. That's a special card that is in this deck, and I did read it when I bought these cards. I posted a video of the reveal. The Unity card is all about how we are able to work with others, okay? Other people who have difference of opinions, and everybody kind of is different in their own way, and having to work together. The World in reverse. Wow, the Judgment and the World. That's quite huge. The High Priestess in reverse again. And the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Ten of Swords. So let's pull some oracles to get some more. We have the Book. That's all High Priestess stuff. Something needs to be revealed yet. Some truth. I don't know that I'm going to be reading your flip person, or if I'm tapped into the same person that I tapped into at the beginning. We have 33 with Mountain. Okay. Lighten up. You're being asked to remember that life doesn't always have to be so serious. Yes, there are hard things happening. No, it's not always easy to be here on earth, but you can always find time to laugh, be silly, and have fun. It's so important that you do so. I don't like when people tell me to lighten up. I'm just saying. But I think that's just talking about being in your mind. The Dawn, number 2. Do not be discouraged if things look dark and hopeless. The sun rises each day, revealing new possibilities and renewed hope. Saw the star in reverse. We saw the sun in reverse, losing hope, but the sun always rises. So when the sun is in reverse, there is always the rise of the sun, which we start to see. And I think this lighten up could certainly be the sun rising, so we can have clarity. So I feel, and I'm going to tap into this, but I feel as though I'm reading the same energy again, not your person, or I guess, yeah, like this isn't the flip person from the energy check. I feel this is the same, but let me just tap into this energy. I'll show you this card in case you intuitively see something here that speaks to you. I don't know why I'm shaking so much. The Dawn. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, I don't feel as though this is the flip person. I feel this is the same energy I was reading in the energy check. So sorry if you were expecting to see flip person. Go check out another pile. I don't control how the energy comes out here, but it's very much the exact same energy. So I think you have lost hope, because I think you fumbled the ball here. You did something. And I mean, it could just be accumulation of how things panned out with this person and this connection. But I feel like you feel as though you did something here, and it resulted in the ending of the connection here with the Ten of Swords. Okay, but I feel like with the World, not quite in the upright, there is still closure. There is still something that needs to be addressed, and it's still not addressed. Okay, with the Book here and the High Priestess. And it's an understanding and a knowing of something that I feel you're not wanting to see. And it comes with having to see and accept a truth. Having to see how we acted and how others acted as a result, and be honest, and then be able to make a decision, an honest, truthful decision, and an understanding, and seeing something for what it is in order to find closure, to put an end to something. Because I feel like there's a need to put an end to something here that you have not been able to close out. And you could be externally focused on this connection, or what this person's doing, or something external from yourself, I feel. Like how we get along together, or how we're supposed to create something, or how to come together with another here to create, to find peace, cohesion, work together, collaborate, and find some sort of working together. But I feel this isn't the problem. And I feel like this will come working together with your person and finding a way, a cohesive way, if you look at what you're not wanting to see within your subconscious. So you're needing to see clearly what this is. And I think where this problem, and I do call it a problem because it's not allowing you to overcome an obstacle, and it's building to be something that's quite huge and in the way of your happiness, something that's huge and you feel you cannot overcome, like it's surmountable, you cannot move. The only way to get to the other side is through. And to get through this problem is to be honest about something subconsciously that I think you're not wanting to see, and it is your ability to show up. This is both about practical things we can do, energy, effort, dedication, commitment, putting in the time and the energy towards something and allowing there to be an opportunity that we accept as something that we can put our time and our energy towards, and not just shut it out, give up because of an experience we had in the past that we say is set in stone or is surmountable. Because if we believe something to be surmountable and we cannot get past it, then that's what we believe, and therefore that's our experience. So it resulted in an ending, a painful ending here, of which you're still not over. You can't get over this connection because you need to resolve a piece of yourself that isn't being seen and addressed. And for some of you guys, I do feel like there is some information here from this person that maybe you're wanting to communicate or for it to come out, but you haven't allowed it to come out. I'm going to read this unity, even though I did read it in that other video, but I recognize not all of you guys watch my videos, all of my videos, I should say. Let's read this unity because it comes after. So we have succession, the judgment, the world, and then the unity. So it says, the three cats find comfort in each other's company. Although each possesses a different personality, relaxation washes over them when they are together. They accept each other into their space without defensiveness or hissing. They know that as a group, they are protected. It is our connections to others where we find our strength, our security, our sense of love and belonging. When unity arises, look for relationships that create a sense of wholeness, where you are free to be as you are, your true self, perfectly imperfect. When we are in a supportive group, we can act without fear of judgment or criticism. When you are surrounded by those who love and accept you, even when you are not showing your best side, or maybe say the less than appropriate thing out loud, a channel of trust is formed. There is a powerful supportive energy that comes from this connection, as it will create space for security and abundance to flow. And the positive attributes is allowing vulnerability within a group, joining forces with others, finding your community or support network, feeling free to express yourself without fear. And when it's in the negative attribute, in the reverse, it says, taking a group or friends for granted, relying on others to make you feel complete, codependency, using the support of others to maintain bad habits. So, pile 2. What I feel is going on here is there is you coming to terms with a realization, and I feel like you still haven't. So this is about what they realized about you, and so I don't know that you've realized, or if this is something you're coming into realization of. I do feel like you are being feared of being judged in some way that wasn't allowing you to energetically give to a situation and kind of give up before it got started. But I do feel like there is a comfort, and there is something here about trusting the connection to be yourself, to be your authentic self, in which you weren't able to do here. So you were held back in some way. And there is, I feel an understanding you have that this has led to an ending of this connection that didn't allow things to progress. And you might not be honest with the fact that it was because of your inability to deal with some hidden aspect of self that needs to be looked at. And so you might be losing hope here that there is, you know, an answer to this sort of thing. But I feel like there is, but you might need to be very clear and honest with a truth that you've been resisting for some time. So I feel, because this is about what they've realized about you, and this is coming through again as your energy. Again, could be your person if I've picked into your person at the beginning, that this is what is happening right now energetically, that this person is coming face to face with a need to address some truth. Otherwise, this person's going to repeat another cycle of the exact same thing. The Hierophant in reverse. This is not seeing a greater truth, not allowing ourselves to understand what is a greater value, what we sort of hold and regard as greater value to us. And I feel like it's impacting, this is also the Commitment card, but I feel like it's impacting how you show up here. Are you aligned with your greatest version of what you believe to be true? Because I feel like you're doing the opposite here. I still feel that. Six of Cups. You can't move away. This is soulmates. This is an inability to move forward from a thought, a person, place, or thing of the past. So you're hung up with something that's happened in the past that now made you tip the scales to an unhealthy version of yourself. So if it was something that impacted you seeing what commitment means, you know, if all you've experienced is pain and witnessed experiences either through your family or through a situation where commitment didn't end up well, then you're stuck on what you experienced. And so it doesn't allow you to commit, doesn't allow you to give of a greater purpose. Some sort of tradition, some sort of upbringing, some sort of past thing. Could have been as a child, an experience that you had in a past relationship with someone who maybe you felt was your soulmate, or somebody here where you're maybe very giving of yourself, or you're very innocent and you couldn't move on from that. You're still hung up with that person, that place, that thing, that experience. Maybe not the person specifically, but the experience lies within you, and therefore there's a suffering, and there's an ending here of a connection that never really was given a chance. Although I do feel like you felt safe, but maybe you felt like you would be judged in some way, and you're just unable to move on from, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Move on from something you've experienced. You feel like now's not the time, and that you're, I don't know, like looking to this mountain as how do you overcome this thing. But what Spirit is saying is there isn't going to be a perfect time. There's going to be just a now and then a present, and you going through this mountain to find the peace in order to accept this sort of situation as something you're divinely guided to take place in. And as long as you're not accepting and resisting and not engaging in some way, then you're doing the opposite of what you're supposed to be encouraged to do, and you're going to be stuck in something that needs closure, that needs to be looked at. An experience, person, place, thing of the past. Okay, that's hidden in your subconscious, that's causing a lot of pain, that needs to be looked at and dealt with. An honesty here. So, I don't know. Is this what you're realizing? Is this something that you know but you haven't been able to really look at? Three of Cups. Well, we see the 3 cats and the 3 of Cups. Could this be a third-party connection? Could you be stuck on a soulmate person here that you're unable to move away from because you're really hung up in an experience that you had in the past, and it's causing all sorts of pain here? And if not in the third party with the person, then it could just be engaged with third energies here that you're prioritizing. You're not taking things seriously. You're not committing. You're not seeing a greater commitment of value here and tradition. You're engaged in things that are superficial or like destructive, drinking, partying, surface relationships, not allowing yourself to get deep, not allowing yourself to go there because you're stuck. Okay, pile 2. So I don't really know if this is something that is coming to realization, but it wouldn't show up here if it wasn't. So this could certainly be something that your person or you are realizing here, depending how you're resonating with this energy. But there's still further to go, because I feel like you're not being honest about something. You're not wanting to see. And what's going to happen is you repeat a cycle and you're unable to move away from pain. Because of a situation that you're unable to let go and find closure. And only you can find the closure by moving through. And how you move through is allow yourself to experience something different, because this would be open to this experience. So you're shutting it out before you've even experienced somebody here by thinking something's going to go horribly, horribly wrong. Okay, but I feel you're not really listening to your intuition, because I think your intuition knows that there is some unity to be had here with another, that there is some comfort, that there is some joy, but you're fighting, you're resisting, you're not allowing, you're not showing up, and you're finding it very difficult and seeing it as surmountable. Okay, pile number 2. I'm sorry if I disappointed you in this reading, but this is what's coming out. So I hope this helped you, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful. Pile number 3, you picked the Vice Versa Tarot and the pink opalite pointed tower. I cannot wait to get into your reading. We're looking at what your person has realized about you and this connection. So before we get into your person, we're going to do a quick energy check just to see what your energy is all about, so that you know whether it resonates for you. Please keep in mind that I'm reading energy, so I could be reading your person's energy here in the energy check, and your energy could be coming out in the back half. Now, what's happened with 1 and 2 is that both energies were picked up in the beginning and in the back half, so very interesting. If it resonates as any part of your connection, maybe it's your person, maybe it's you, just use your own discernment to crisscross energies, because I don't know what I'm going to see. And if it resonates, then that means there is a message there for you. But if you hear more about yourself, then it could be your person's energy is in a different pile. That could be the case, all right? So if you're not hearing what you need about your person's realizations, then go check out another pile. So we're going to ask Spirit for clear and concise message for pile 3 and what their person has realized about them and the connection, and or the connection. But first, let us ask about how will pile 3 know that this is indeed their connection? How is pile 3 feeling? How will they know that this is indeed their connection? Clear and concise message, Spirit, for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. Thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I will ask Spirit to protect you and as I channel this message. Now, these are double-sided tarot cards, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip them, and then I am going to mix them so that we can get the message that's supposed to come out. All right. So, Spirit, for pile 3, how will they know this is the connection they came here about? Thank you so much. We have the 6 of Cups in reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of No, sorry. We have the Hierophant. It's the back side of the Hierophant. Oh man, I just flipped it. I'm sorry. That was habit. I don't know. I'm going to read both of these. We have 7 of Swords in the front and in the back. So, habit. All right. We have the 8 of Wands. We have the Moon card. Oh, geez, and I don't want to get demonetized. Okay, and we have the King of Wands. I don't know if I flipped that. Wow, okay, well, we have the Knight of Cups, and I do feel like I want to read this card in that way, which is the Knight of Swords. Okay, in reverse. So, let's get rid of the bums here. Except I do want to see the back side just to get a good look. 6. I said it was cups. This isn't cups, you guys. This is Judgment. But why does it say 6? I'm so sorry. This has got me stumped. This looks like Judgment. Oh, Lovers. Oh my goodness. This is the Lovers. Okay. Lovers in reverse. Sorry, brain fart. Okay. Lovers, lovers, lovers. In reverse. 7 of Swords. Not good. Not good at all, either which way we read it, but it is giving me an energy. Okay. Okay. So, what is picking up here? So, I feel like this is how you're seeing your person. I feel like your connection has ended. Okay, that you guys are no longer together because your person outright did something shady. They either weren't honest about something, they might have lied to you, they definitely hurt you, they self-sabotaged, and you feel as though this person was not, I don't know, like I feel this has happened a while ago, okay, that you've been apart for some time and your person totally turned their back on you. I feel like you feel like this person was very slow going, wasn't coming forward with any sort of offer. They are just not focused on you. And it could very well be that the last time you talked to your person, it might have not have been very pleasant. And so you feel like your person is lying. You feel like your person isn't being honest. You feel like your person is hanging on to some sort of idea of what independence, being single is, and wanting to be on their own and not wanting to commit. Somebody who is not showing up in a way that is taking charge of a situation. And like this person could have been somebody who was just really slow going, who might have talked a game. I feel like this person talked a lot, but I feel like they talked a lot about nothing that happened. So you feel as though this person came in, might have promised something, but the proof was in the pudding, and this person was not able to deliver, and now this person quickly exited. So they could have just ghosted. They could have just stopped talking to you. Maybe you and them got into it. I do feel like there was a last sort of conversation that didn't go very well, and it resulted in someone just leaving, blocking. So I feel like you've been working on your own independence. I feel like you've been able to find some sort of inner peace despite this connection. And I feel like there's a lot of darkness and shadow and sadness here. It's still resulting in this connection. So maybe you never got full closure. Maybe any sort of information you got, you don't know if you could trust it. You're not quite seeing why this person acted the way they acted. You had to kind of find peace within yourself despite not getting the answers you wanted. And you might see this person as somebody who was capable of making a decision here, who could be somebody that could confidently choose this connection, and that could have the ability to look for an answer and a solution to make things work here, and that this person had every ability to resolve any of their issues, because you see this person as being somebody who wasn't choosing to deal with things that they needed to deal with, who just kind of turned their back. Yeah, and you see this person as somebody who is wearing a shield of sorts, like they're very guarded, or they were guarded when you were trying to work with this person. And so they might have just shown you little bits, or maybe they didn't even show you, maybe they just talked a good game but didn't really, there was no proof in the pudding, I feel. The Star in reverse. So I think, yeah, I do feel you've lost hope in this connection being anything other than what it is right now. And I feel like you've experienced darkness, you experienced this person lying, you experience things that you are still not clear about. And I think timing had a lot to do with this. So either this person was going very slow and you wanted progress, or just you guys met at a time where the timing was just not right. And this person's idea of commitment or whatever they valued was different than what you valued. And so you just feel like this person did not choose this connection, and it resulted in you guys parting ways. And this person could have just left abruptly and not been stand up. So they might have said something very hurtful and then left. Okay, so if this feels like your connection, let's see what this person's realized about you and this connection. So, Spirit, for pile number 3, what has pile 3's person realized about pile 3 specifically and this connection? I do not feel this one is wanting to come out. That was the 7 of Swords. All right, so what is pile 3's person realized about pile 3 or this connection specifically? So let's flip them, and let's flip those, and let's do a word shuffle. So we have the 10 of Swords in reverse. We have the 2 of Cups in reverse. We have the 4 of Swords in reverse. We have a card falling on my lap, which was the Hierophant. It's kind of falling weird. Okay, why is this 10 of Swords here? We have the Moon card, the other side of the moon. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. And the King has some crazy pecs that are looking a lot like breastises. So I'm going to cover that up. All right, so why is the Hierophant here, Spirits? 2 of Pentacles in reverse, and let's pull some oracles. I will do that. 3 of Cups in reverse, and the Queen of Cups, the back side of the Queen of Cups. I do believe that's the Queen of Cups. Yes, okay. We have slow down. Life isn't a race, nor is it a competition. You need to slow down. Doing so doesn't make you weak or less than. It makes you strong, wise, and much better able to navigate life with clarity and ease. I was saying something with time that I was picking up in the energy check here. 2 cards falling out. We have Fish And we have Scythe. Okay. Fish is all about abundance and wealth, and Scythe is all about abrupt ending. I was feeling that. We have Althea, black and white, communication. I'll pull one of these as well. We have the Visionary, developing habits and actions to help you turn your visions into reality will guide you on the path to ultimate success and happiness. The Visionary, also number 10, and 10's all about an ending. So let's put that there and this here. Okay. Pile 3. Let me tap into this energy and see what I'm feeling here. Okay, what's this person realized? I think this person realized how their actions resulted in the ending of this connection. So if you abruptly called it quits, or you put an end to this connection, then I think this person is definitely seeing this as an eye-opener for them. If they abruptly, either which way, if they abruptly ended things with you here, they're recognizing the impact of how they showed up in this connection is really the result of why there was an inability to progress. So they also feel as though, or I guess the realization about what they say and what they do were not aligned. Like there were two different things. So they were saying one thing and maybe they were doing or showing up in a different energy. And this also resulted to there being an imbalance and an inability for you guys to come together. And I think this person was not being transparent specifically about long-term commitment or a need to show a greater level of dedication and commitment in this connection, which resulted in an ending. This person was not able to be somebody who you could rely upon. And so they're reflecting, because I feel like you've pulled away your love. You're no longer showing up in a loving way and offering a cup of love to this person. This person chose things that didn't really matter. This person could have chose third-party distractions, things. And so they're recognizing here that they cut off their own abundance. They cut off their own ability to find long-term happiness for themselves out of a doing of their own thing. And they weren't sort of acting in their greatest sort of good. I feel like this person was just doing the motions, which feels very self-sabotagey here, okay? Like doing motions that they know would have been destructive, not prioritizing, not choosing you, choosing things that didn't quite matter, knowing that they needed to make a change, knowing that they were taking their time or whatever they were needing to reflect on, whatever they were needing to do, they weren't quite doing. I feel like this person didn't allow themselves to process hurts. There was something coming through of needing to take a break and a reflection. Slowing down, really needing to understand why they're doing what they're doing. So maybe they were just saying whatever, doing whatever, and not really understanding a greater level of understanding. And it caused a lot of conflict. And so this person wasn't able to merge, I feel like, their dark side into who they are in order to make something come true for themselves or manifest what they want. So they're realizing this, and they're realizing why you're pulled away and why you're no longer wanting to engage with this person. And for some of you guys, I feel like they don't even have a friendship with you as a result of their action. And I feel they feel this. They also feel like there's something they could do to kind of get things back on track. I don't know that they know what it is though, but they're needing to get clear about what this is. So they're looking back on what happened, because I feel like the separation has happened a bit ago. And I'm getting strong family energy here from the Hierophant, the King of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. So you could have had a family with this person, or an idea of a family sort of situation, but I don't feel like this person was showing up in an energy that would allow there to be a long-term benefit. So they gone in their own way. And I feel like this person recognizes that it was imbalanced, that they needed to show up and give emotions, but not just talk a game, like actually show up. I don't think they did at all. And now they're dealing with the consequences. So we have the Seven of Cups in reverse, the Moon in reverse, which is all about coming out of a state of illusion, confusion, seeing things clearly. So this person could have certainly been very confused. This is the Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's like selfish, it's involved in selfish things here that was immediate gratification, but not good for the connection in the long term, because this person wasn't slowing down to really think of the consequences. So what have they realized? I think they're realizing the consequences of their inability to really think clearly, and their ability to act harshly towards just immediate gratification has led in an ending, and you cutting them out, or them no longer having access to abundance. The King of Cups in reverse. So was this person not able to show up in a loving way? I don't feel they were. They weren't able to match your energy here as this Queen of Cups. Okay, so we have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy coming through, Taurus energy, Pisces, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I feel like you turned your back and they recognize. And the flamingo here standing on one leg, this is all about endurance, because the flamingo can stand on one leg for extended periods of time, very stable. I feel like you showed, you had a test of endurance here. You showed a lot of endurance, and you were the rock here. And I feel you consistently gave of yourself emotionally until you couldn't no more. So this person sees you as somebody who is the opposite of them, somebody who is dependable, somebody who was able to endure something that this person just was unable to show up. So they feel like you are now pulled away, and rightfully so. You're no longer wanting to engage with this person, and you're focused on self. This person realizes that you're giving yourself what it is that you wanted, that this person was unable to give to you because of their inability to slow down, reflect, and show up in a way that was truthful. Because I do feel this person was not being honest with what they were capable of doing. So they were saying one thing and then showing up in another. So this is what they realized. Pile number 3. I hope this resonated for you, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous pile 4. You picked the Shungite wand and the Final Rose Tarot for your pick. So we're looking at the person on your mind who you've come here about, and what have they realized about you and this connection. So before we get into their energy fully, we're going to look got an energy check to make sure you've tapped into the right pile. So this could certainly be energy that's sitting in your connection. If this sounds more like your person, then chances are you're going to come through on the other side. But I feel like the energy check and the message has been coming through quite consistently as both energies. So I don't know. Use your intuition to what you're going to resonate with. You might have to crisscross. If I say it's you, it's your person, then do that. If it sounds familiar and feels like it is something going on in your connection, then rest assured that is your pile. But if you hear more about your energy and not your person, then your person could certainly be in another pile. All right, so there could be two piles speaking to you, or multiple if, of course, you are tapping into different energetic timeline here in your connection. So multiple piles could certainly resonate, okay? So let's look at your energy. I'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile 4 in regards to how will they know that this is indeed their connection? How are they feeling? What's going on in the connection? Thank you, Spirit. Please protect me as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 4. And thank you so much, pile 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I am truly blessed. Thank you so much. So we have the 7 of Swords, which is the 7 of Mirrors, the 7 of Rings, which is the, sorry, not 7, 9 of Rings, which is in reverse, which is the 9 of Pentacles. This is Influencer. We have the 9 of Flutes, which is the 9 of Cups, Fantasy Suites. This says For the Wrong Reasons, Influencer, Fantasy Suites. And then we have the Page of Wands in reverse. It says the Free Spirit. This one's kind of falling sideways. We have the Advisor, which is the High Priestess. And we have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. This Quality Time. An 8 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck that says Camera Guy. I'm going to pull some tarot, or sorry, some oracle. We have the Ship, number 3, or the 10 of Spades, which is the 10 of Swords, but it is the Ship in the Lenormand deck. Ship is all about travel, and it is about movement. And we have protect. You're being asked to protect yourself and your energy. It's okay to want to give to others, which you do effortlessly. It's important, though, that you set healthy boundaries with your energy before doing so. Now is the time to get some protection in place. I do feel one more of these. We have Eros. All right. Wowzers. Give me a second. I think what we'll do is we'll read the Eros because I do feel like it might be a good starting point here. Wrong book. Okay. Wrong book again. Get it together, woman. All right. Here we go. We're looking at number 71. It'll be a quick read. 71. Over here. Boop. Okay, so what do we have? Well, it says, love as desire, eroticism, and sensuality. Though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being. Nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces otherness, and in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart. And remember, though the way is circuitous, you are always being led towards its center. When light, passion, playfulness, sexual health, and when dark, madness, projection, and obsession. Okie dokie smoky. Artichoke. So, Seven of Swords. Kicking off the reading. Not very good, because the Seven of Swords is deception. It is self-sabotage. It is not being truthful. It is maybe playing it under the radar and not being completely honest. So, remember, crisscross energies if this isn't yours. But I feel like, well, let me just tap in a little bit more before I open up the door of Pandora's box. Okay, hold on. This could certainly be your person, but I'm going to read it as yours because it helps me to communicate the energy better. You weren't honest here, and you could have been trying to keep something under the radar, under wraps, and it could have been your own feelings, because it would require you to be vulnerable, and it would require, yeah, you to be vulnerable here. So I'm picking up two energies. Oh my goodness. When Spirit does this. Okay, so now the energy coming in, and I feel like this could be yours. Your person was not honest. They were in and out. They were page energy. They weren't listening to a higher sort of conscious awareness from within themselves. And so I feel like this person was not investing in this connection. And I feel like there's a message here for you that you're trying to figure out how to maybe detach from this person. And you might have been obsessed with this person at some point in time, and very dependent on this working out. And so there's a need for you to detach. And maybe you've learned this, that it was difficult for you to detach from this person because intuitively there was something within you that I think you felt was there, but I feel like this person was not able to show up. And I think there was a need for you to find what brings you fulfillment, but to put work towards that, not engage and put in effort and dedicate yourself solely to somebody who is not showing up and being selfish. And so if that meant moving away from this connection, then this is what you've been working on or trying to do or needing to do, focused on doing, but you've been dependent on things working out in this connection. But there's a need to set healthy boundaries and move away. A lot of you guys, this could be a long distance connection, I feel. Yes, for a lot of you guys. And so back to the initial person I was picking up. Sorry, I don't know why this comes through like this, but Spirit is showing now the person who was not being very honest could have been showing up in a very superficial way. Okay, and if this is your energy, then you're somebody who is coming, showing up, who intuitively knows that this is more of a deeper connection and that you're needing to give of yourself in a way here that is more in a balanced, productive way, rather than someone who is coming in selfishly to hurt another person to get what they want in order to, I don't know, fulfill some sort of lusty desire in some way. And because I feel like you're pulled to your person passionately, but there is some substance here that you're not wanting to see and that you're being guarded against because your own sort of desire for a hyper independence of needing to be free and wanting to be single and just not wanting to commit, but wanting your cake and eat it too. Because I feel like this person made you happy, but you weren't being fair. And you weren't putting in the dedication here that was required in order for things to move forward in a good way. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody who is not able to commit, who isn't there for the long term, who's showing up hot and cold, who is very, this free spirit, who thinks they're independent and free, but really they're being, running away from themselves and being a little bit of a brat by selfishly not seeing the depth of themselves enough to show up in a way that is honest for the wrong reasons. So showing up when they need something of a sexual fulfillment or of some sort of fulfillment, but it isn't quite what you're needing. Okay, so you're fulfilling some sort of desire here. And I feel it is a form of self-sabotage because you're not allowing yourself to go in deeper to see a truth of a situation here. And so you're keeping this person at bay by your actions. And so let me read the signs I have here. We have Pisces and we have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. The Bachelor. This is the Emperor. So I feel like you wanted to play house and get what you want, but you weren't willing to show up as an emperor in a situation that required you to be more upstanding. I feel like you showed up as a more immature sort of energy here and hanging on to something that you felt was a free spirit of sorts, but you're really dependent on running away from a truth of a situation that you're being called to look at. So although you feel free because you're not committing, you're actually not free because you're not looking at something from the perspective of somebody who needs to ask themselves, what are they running away from? Because you will constantly be guarded against and running away from a truth within yourself. And so your need for independence and freedom is, like this says, for all the wrong reasons, because you'll never be free of yourself. And so a divine masculine in his full power is somebody who is able to see a truth, who is stand up, who is able to come in a balanced way, to dedicate themselves to get what they want, but also be able to give to a situation and commit and not just take what they want and then, you know, whatever, do whatever they feel in the moment as a child. So we have the 8 of Wands, the leap of faith. 8 of Wands is all about communication, progress. It's also movement. It's also travel. So I do pick up the long distance, but the leap of faith is giving me Fool energy. There was a need to trust the situation with your heart that you didn't do. And so you're running away from this. And so you're showing up in a childish kind of wishy-washy way, thinking you're protecting yourself, but you're really not. And then acting out of lusty ways, potentially. But there's something deeper here. And although it does take 2, I feel like you are sort of engaged here in a way that you need to take accountability for your own action. But I feel like there's a selfishness here and there's an ego in play here that is getting what you want by utilizing someone else's feelings of somebody who you know might be, I don't know, like in a state of dependency or in a lesson of themselves. So they're learning how to be, how to find themselves, how to ask themselves, why are they in a situation here that isn't bringing them balanced emotions, that they are dependent on you for whatever reason here, because they're needing to find some sort of self-love. So both energies, I feel a blend of both you and your person here. Someone's learning the lesson of self-love, self-worth, and needing to deal with someone who is acting immature and in and out and not being in their full power of truth because of fear and acting childish and acting out of ego and also needing to look at themselves. But both people are really being asked to look at themselves. So this feels very twin flame-ish. All right, so let's take a look. I don't know who we're going to see, and maybe we'll see the realization of both of you guys, what they've realized. But let's see. What has this person realized? If this resonates for you as your pile, then there was a message here for you. Pile number 4. So what is pile 4's person realized about pile 4 and or this connection, spirits? What are the realizations here? Thank you so much. There's sirens. Okay, so we have the 9 of Wands in reverse, meeting parents. We have the 10 of Cups, the proposal. We have the 8 of Pentacles showing up again, camera guy. We have the Hierophant showing up again with the advisor. We see the 10 of Wands in reverse, shoulder to cry on. And we see keep it chill. This is the Temperance card in reverse. And again, the Page of Wands in reverse with the Free Spirit coming out again. And bottom of the deck energy, we have the 10 of Swords with rejected. I will read that in the upright. Under that, we see the same card again. The 7 of Swords with for the wrong reasons. Let us pull some oracles for pile 4. What has pile 4's person realized? We have let it go. You're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you and you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. And be free. There's a typo there. Okay, I feel that's a message for both parties here that we were picking up. And we have 2 cards coming out. We have Dog, all about loyalty and friendship. And we have the Letter, communication. All right. We also see the 7 of Swords coming out again. That is coming out 3 times now with the 7 of Spades. We have the 10 of Cups coming out twice with the 10 of Flutes and the 10 of Hearts here. Okay. Number 18 and the number 27. Or the number 9, which is the Hermit, Virgo energy. We have the Medallion, 59, or the number 14. Okay, and 14 is the Temperance coming out. We have the Medallion. I feel 1 card of these as well. And then we are ready. The Shaman, number 1. The Shaman. Work on healing and empowering yourself if you want to be useful to others on their own journey from suffering to healing. That pretty much communicates it all. So, pile 4. This is challenging, isn't it? I feel like you're in a sort of a twin flame connection here, and it doesn't have to resonate with that label so much as the experience we have that is very intense with another person here because we're both learning lessons in self, and I feel both of you guys are, okay? And that's painful, but it is healing. And when you look back on a situation, you see what it was all for, but when you're in it, you're cursing the whole experience because it's painful, and there is parts of the situation that are very challenging, right? When we go through our obsessive thoughts, when we are really stuck, you know, on someone and something and seeing something, there's a need for both of you guys to look within and let go of the current mind and the current energy that you guys have been sitting on. And since this is what you guys have realized, I feel like whoever I'm tapping into is realizing now that they need to let go of however they've been in this connection and put an end to this partnership as it is right now. And even if that means hurting one's self and the other person winning in some sort of way, okay? Because I feel like there's an energy here of you versus them or them versus you. And so I feel like one person's taking the brunt of the pain or feels like they take the brunt of the pain. But there is a need to let go, even if it feels like your whole world is kind of falling apart here, because what I feel is Spirit is saying is there is something here that is going to be the main lesson here. And why do we go through such things? I don't feel like the universe is punishing you for a lesson. I feel like you're being gifted something here. And this gift is coming to you in way of needing to learn something in this manner in order for you to gain the full gift, which is, in both cases, one is learning the gift of self-value, self-worth, being able to really trust in themselves to make decisions that are going to bring them true abundance, standing on their own, being whole and complete without somebody else, finding ultimate fulfillment, the ideal relationship for themselves, happiness. And if that is them being whole and complete within themselves, they are now attracting other people who are whole and complete in order to add to value to their life, not to take away. And I feel like staying in this situation would be more and more of a burden because it's taking away from the energy I'm reading, this person's ability to understand self-worth and value because of how the other person is showing up. Now, if I'm tapping into the other person is learning a big lesson in finding ultimate fulfillment and joy, and they won't be able to do this if they keep running away from themselves, running away from responsibility, running away from putting in effort, running away from putting in the time towards what is of value. They need to find balance in being independent and free as an individual who seeks independence, but not in the way that they feel they're needing it, because I feel this is a superficial type of independence and stemming from a fear of commitment, stemming from a fear, rather than from a balanced place here of finding the right mix of being able to commit and give openly with an open heart and showing up in a connection and still having independence. That is a lesson to be learned. So this person might fear of opening up because of an experience that they had. So they are blocking themselves of a full happiness. Although they might feel happy being free-spirited, they're actually running away. And that is not a happy feeling. They will eventually run out of energy to run away. 10 of Wands in reverse. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. Eventually, you can't no more. You can't run away no more. You need somebody there to rely on, shoulder to cry on. Cannot be solo, so much so that you're pushing out love. And you could, but then you experience heartbreak over and over again and rejection. So there's a need to step above here. I feel with the dog, this is about friendship. This is about loyalty. And you could still be loyal to someone and respect the friendship here and do the right thing, even though it might be painful. And I feel like that's what the universe is calling for you guys to find, a 10 of Cups and communicate to each other a truth. Be able to release and relinquish control, let go of the other person or whatever resistance. And so I feel like one person is now seeing what they need to do and maybe not doing it yet. And I feel like one person is not seeing letting go as their freedom. And so they hang on to an independence, thinking it's freedom, and it's causing the opposite. So they need to see this. I don't know exactly what the person who is seeking independence is realizing so much as they're feeling the pain, I feel. And they might think that the pain is stemming from the other person or the situation or the circumstance, but the pain is stemming from self. The pain is stemming from an inability to let go of what's unhealthy within them. So both people are needing to heal themselves in order to heal the other. Both people are needing to communicate a truth. I feel one person is wanting to come forward with the truth, and the truth is I got to let go and accept an ending here in order to heal, in order to find value, in order to fill myself up so that I can find ultimate fulfillment in connection, and I can no longer be engaged in 7 of Swords, where people are in it for the wrong reasons. They're not being honest. They're not communicating truths. 3 of Swords. heartbreak, red flags. So I feel like somebody sees the red flags, somebody's hurt by the red flags, but someone's still engaged in the red flags. I feel like one person is constantly sabotaging and one person is constantly accepting or engaged. So challenging, very challenging, this whole thing. So I think it's a slow process here of letting go. And it could be a repetitive thing here that happens to a point where we finally find it within ourselves to find the courage to release and love from afar. And we might be for a long time convincing ourselves that the red flags are different, but all we're doing is prolonging pain and suffering. We don't need pain and suffering. The Four of Wands. No, I'm sorry. Four of Cups. Reflection. Four of Cups. So this is the energy of somebody who is discontent, who is emotionally removed here and feeling rejected. So I don't know whose energy is what, because I feel two, but I feel like the person here who might have extended a cup feels rejected here and is feeling not welcome, not wanted, and feeling heartbroken. They're needing to go kind of on their own, and I think they're realizing this. They're just working towards this. We're going to read the medallion because I feel there might be a message here for you guys. 59. 59. Right here, the medallion. So the amulet, the talisman, and the heirloom. The passing on of sacred objects is an ancient ritual within families. Between lovers and in tribes across the globe, we gift jewels, treasures, keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds, some of great material value and others that hold emotional resonance, and still others, and still others with both. That makes no sense to me. Let us reread. I'm reading slow and it makes no sense. The passing on of sacred objects is an ancient ritual within families, between lovers, and in tribes across the globe. We gift jewels, treasures, keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds, some of the great material value, others that hold emotional resonance, and still others with both. Okay. Yet when these gifts are bestowed upon us, it is important to recognize that they may bind us to an unspoken agreement or promise. When the medallion card appears, be aware of how the objects you hold dear may be embedded with unconscious energy or expectations. Materials hold conscious and materials hold consciousness, and it's time to reconcile the vibration of the objects around you. What do you covet and collect? Why? Is there an object you have held onto for years that you are ready to release? Perhaps it is time to reach for the medallion that aligns your deepest values, upholding tradition, projecting and honoring, and when dark, burdensome, inheritance, and habitual. So I don't feel the object is a thing so much as you're objectifying each other. And I know that's difficult to hear, but this is what this process is that we can't control or own or be in a relationship and thinking someone belongs to us as an object. Unconditional love is allowing someone to be just as they are, but that does not mean that the role they play in our life has to continuously hurt us. This is the card that's saying you're wanting, okay, the person here who's wanting to be in a connection, who feels rejected, who might have put their Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, both of you guys are feeling out in the cold. So the person who wants to be in a connection here, I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be in a connection, but if somebody here is not there, then we have to let go and move on. And it is difficult. And I feel like there is a contract here of sorts. What I was reading there's a contract. It's a contractual thing that you're learning with this person. I do feel heavy twin flame here, an experience of you learning self-worth, self-value, and when to let go, and unconditional love. And until you can do this from a place of genuine wanting the very best for this person is when the true magic happens. okay? And I feel like you got to ask yourself, are you expecting something out of this person? Are you wanting something? And if you are, then it's for wrong reasons. Because we just love just because we love. We don't expect something in a return. But that does not mean, again, that we stay in a loveless situation that's imbalanced. Then that person plays a different role. This becomes our friend. This becomes somebody who is just not our partner. But we love them unconditionally, and we learn to accept things as they are. And it's very difficult when you're in twin flame because there is a very strong pull. But that is the lesson. It is happening for a reason to you, to understand that this is something greater for you, rather than just pain as a lesson for you to be punished. Now, if you are on the flip side of this, I feel like there is a subconscious, well, both are acting out of subconscious, because for the first person that I was reading there, subconsciously, all they know of love is the way they've loved in the past, and this is different. And for the second person here, who I feel is running away, who is hanging on to some idea of independence that really isn't, thinking they're a free spirit, but is very imbalanced and is causing themselves pain by being lying to themselves, deceiving themselves for the wrong reasons, thinking that they're independent for a reason, but it's all the wrong reasons. Running away. This is the runner. So they need to look at themselves. What have they experienced in their life that's making them feel as though they have to run, that they cannot experience love, or that they are unable to share with another in a way that they are fearful of? It's all in the subconscious. This person is asleep. Okay, so I feel both people here are asleep in some capacity. And I do feel like somebody is waking up, because this is about what you realized. So the person who's waking up, I do feel is divine feminine. And I feel she is seeing something. And she is working on healing. And she understands something here, that she cannot hang on to an expectation with somebody. So I feel she wants to communicate this to the divine masculine, who has been hurting her and potentially running away from himself, causing pain. So she wants to put in the energy and the effort towards self-work and healing, shadow work, not be dependent on the situation. She's had enough pain. She's at her breaking point, okay? And this will bring her into happiness. And I think she intuitively knows this, but it's difficult to do the action here. Now she has to put the work, okay? And I feel with the projection coming out, we do project. And so I feel like as we stop projecting, as we get closer to a truth, then we start to see things differently and energy shifts. So we don't have to experience pains. We don't have to experience rejection. We don't have to experience people who are flaky and not showing up. We need to allow ourselves to surrender here. Okay. And if you are resonating with this Page of Pentacles, sorry, Page of Wands, I don't know if I said Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, you might come to experience a person in a shallow way, and your person might not be there because of your inability to communicate a greater truth from a place of consciousness, not from a place of self-sabotage. So you really need to look at that, and you need to do the work here with your shadow in order to find healing and balance. This is healing. Both of you guys are needing healing here, and both this page and this letter are both talking about communication. So I feel there is a need to communicate something that hasn't happened yet, and that is coming. So there is a communication that is coming. And I feel like you guys are mirroring each other in polar opposite ways. One person is hyper independent, wanting to be single and free, thinking that freedom comes from running away from their shadows and their fears of commitments. And another who is feeling like the only way is to get a long-term commitment with the meeting of the parents and have this long-term plan, which both are not correct. We can have our hopes and our desires of what we'd like for ourselves, but we have to allow the universe to put in front of us the here and now that we can deal with and make decisions based on that. But we do not control other people. All right, so I hope this helped. I don't know if it has. Don't know if this is what you are wanting to hear. Four of Swords in reverse. Healing. Reassuring Rose. Four of Swords. Yeah, like there really needs to be reflection, time apart, in order for you guys to sit on truth. Because I feel there's pain, and pain, one person caused the other person pain, and the other person is pained on the inside. Well, both are pained on the inside, but I feel like there is pain you guys need to sit with. And it's not as punishment, but it's a need for awareness. So you understand yourself more clearly, so you can heal, so you can let go of what's not working and trust the process. When you let go, that there is work that's done, that there is healing that's done, that you come closer to a 10 of Cups. And this is being able to work with other people and find emotional fulfillment in the true way. If you want independence, that's how you find it. If you want to be a free spirit, that's how you find it. If you want to have a committed person in your life, that's how you find it. But you don't find it through settling, running, coercing, forcing, believing something, because intuitively you might feel something there. It's not saying it's not, but just trust the process that whatever's meant for you will come for you and to you, and it doesn't weigh a thing. It doesn't weigh a thing. It's not a 10 of Wands. Doesn't weigh anything. It flows nicely. Okay, but it's painful as you go through this understanding. I get it. So I hope you guys get through this. I know you will. If you're looking for a private reading, you can reach out to me. To book a reading, my information is in the description box below. I've done lots of twin flame readings. Might be helpful. You might be stuck, but there's a need to look at self. Okay, so I feel like someone's realizing this, and this is where we go from here. So pile number 4. I hope this helped you guys. I love you very much, and I will see you soon. Bye.